So whether you are a student, you are a worker here, you can actually invite someone to the UK. It's not compulsory that you must be a healthcare worker or stuff. Like, even if you are studying, you can actually invite your mom. And when the visa is being approved, it's advisable that you book a return ticket, because that's a signature to know that yes, she's coming to visit and she's going back.
Hey guys, welcome again to this channel. My name is Victory Nkuka. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for clicking this video. With this video, we are going to be discussing all it takes to invite a friend or a family member on a visit visa in the UK. So we are going to be talking extensively on the UK visitor visa, the requirement, the document, and everything you need to know. Common reasons why there could be refusal if you apply, and what you need to do. And I'm not doing this alone. I have a senior friend here, and my
So your
favorite
friend.
vlogger on YouTube, actually, Nurse Dee. For those of you that don't know her, she has a very interesting channel here. She vlog everything about life in the UK. You need to follow her, one video every week. If you follow her, you understand how life in the UK can be. Actually, without wasting much of our time, I want Nurse Dee to introduce herself.
Okay, you've already introduced me. So my name is Nurse Dee. That's what everybody knows me as, popularly known as that. But my official name is Dorcas Ihomo. So I'm a registered midwife. I base here in the UK. So I share content, lifestyle, midwifery, natural hair, stuff like that, faith. Yeah.
We can see your natural hair. We can see. Right. Thank you again, Nosdi, for coming to this channel. And Nosdi was able to invite her mom over a few months back, and her mom left in December, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and that was actually, I remember she was sharing her video that there were times you applied and it was declined, right? I know you mentioned something like that finally. Nosdi did a video to tell us how she did this whole application process, and I believe that most of you, my viewers, will be very interested in getting this information, and that's why she's on this channel today. If you have any question, don't forget to use the comment section to ask for the question, and I'm going to grab her to respond to you.
Yes, so I'll be there. I like engaging in the comment section. Yeah. So
Thank you so much. So yeah, I will just start about. Can you just tell us more about this UK visitors visa? Let's start with, what documents do we really need for the UK visitors visa? For instance, if I want to invite my mom over in 2024 and 2025, what document do I need? Basically.
Okay. For the purpose of this video, we'll be talking about how to invite relatives, like close relatives. So I don't have information about inviting friends who are not your like close relation, like your best friend, yeah, who don't have any ties with you. Yeah. So I'll say the basic things you need are your BROP, your passport, you inviting. So it also depends if you want to be the full sponsor. So
Okay.
I'll divide it into two. So for the sponsor, you need your BRP. That's like a pass to say, okay, you stay in the UK legally. So you need your passport, that's your data page. Then a letter of invitation. So this letter will be drafted by you to the Home Office to say this is the reason why you are inviting the person here. Then you also need a bank statement, at least 6 month bank statement, like where your salary or your money has been entering. What else do you need? Yeah, you need your utility bill, like it will be like a proof to show that okay, you stayed in that, like you stay in that particular address, because that will be the address where you put that the person is coming to see you. So you can either use your water bill, your council tax. So for us, we use our council tax, so that's one thing that we used. Then sometimes you can go as far as adding your COS.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But the second one we applied for her, we didn't really put that.
Okay. Do you want
Yeah.
to just give us some tips, like what really happened for the first application that made it get refused? Yeah.
Okay. So that first time, it wasn't my mom's issue. It wasn't my mom's fault. So it was us. So um, at that time, I think my husband did not add, like, at that time, it was, we just said, okay, I and my husband were inviting my mom over to come see us, stuff like that. So I didn't download my own bank statement. So my husband only downloaded his own bank statement, and we had about 1,005 in the account. So I'm sure the home office, with the current rate at that time, that was how, well, that maybe that was what they used, because we were like, okay, to be fine. So, but it showed that what they said was, your sponsor doesn't have enough money or stuff like that. So that's why I keep telling people, I said, if you want to invite somebody, you want to be the sponsor. I am not a home office staff. I don't work there. So what I would say is, put enough money in the account. You
Yeah.
can go as far as putting £5,000, £3,000. It's your money. So you, at the end of it, so that was the negligence we had then. So
Oh,
because my mother-in-law came first, so we had that full confidence when we applied for my mom, like, they will give her now, that kind of thing. So when we did my mother-in-law's own, because it's the first time, we wanted her to just come that time. So we just used all the stuff, all the documents, put enough money in the account. You understand? So, but just because, maybe because we
you
felt
wanted
that,
that home office the second time, right?
well, maybe that was actually an oversight anyway. So we just felt maybe they would give her, but that was the only reason. Because for her, she was having about close to 1 million in her account, so it wasn't
It
her
wasn't.
own. Yeah, because we wrote that we will be the one in charge of the flight fare, stuff like that. No, all those expenses. I'm sure. I'm sure the home office now calculated and said, "Oh, this will not get money." So, but the second time we just did this right. Like the second time I just tried. I downloaded my own bank statement. He downloaded his own. I think at that time we were having up about £6,000 in our account. So
Hmm.
we just downloaded everything and, yeah, applied again, and they gave her.
Okay, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing that bit with us. Yeah, and yeah, I think you mentioned about the documentary requirements, what you can require from on the part of the sponsor. How about for the visitor? Because I believe in the video you created, you made mention of
Yeah.
on had something like that. So what are the requirements for the visitor coming? What should they have in place?
So the visitor should also have the data page of their passport. Then bank statement, also 6 months bank statement. Yeah.
Mm,
If the person depends, now it now depends on individual situation. So
right.
if the person is employed, maybe government worker, you can print pay slip, like evidence of pay slip, then maybe appointment letter, stuff like that. So that will show that, okay, this person will go back home. Then the person can add maybe some valuable like land documents. If not, I'm not saying it's compulsory, but it's not, there's no crime if you have too much evidence. Like, there's no crime if you have too much. The only crime is when you have less. You
Let
understand? Yeah, so you can put your land documents. What else again? These ties that will make them know that, okay, you're gonna go back.
yeah,
So what we also added for my mom was my younger ones, my our birth certificate. So we added it. Then we downloaded. I asked her to download charts, like a proof to know that, okay, both of us are communicating. You
yeah.
understand? Yeah, like
Because
old
they're
charts.
they're even requiring that for dependent visa now.
Okay. So
That's
we just
bank
asked her
statement.
to download stuff like that, then sent it to us because we're the one applying on her behalf. You get, so we're the one who did the uploading, not her.
Okay.
She just sent those things to us. So those are the basic things, like, that she herself need to. So the person need to have 6 months, download 6 months bank statement to show that, despite the fact that the person is not the one sponsoring his or herself. So I keep saying, have enough money in the account. It must not be 1 million, but at least 500. It's not like it's compulsory, because that's if he or she will be sponsored by the hosts in the UK.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine. And the proof of tie, proof of relationship, yeah?
Yes. Then also marriage certificate, my like her marriage certificate with my My
If they
father.
don't have marriage certificate, is it all the olden days married that have it?
I don't know. They have it though, but I just ask her to put it.
Or affidavit or affidavit. If they
Yeah,
don't
or this call. I don't know anyone. Sha. Any proof to say okay, you are married with this person, or the person might have a land that they bought together that carried her name. Stuff like that. Yeah.
So Nurse D, can you kindly
Hmm.
guide us through the step-to-step process that we can use in applying for a visitor's visa? What's the first thing we should do?
I said the basic thing you need to do is just have all your documents at hand. So whether you are a student, you are a worker here, you can actually invite someone to the UK. It's not compulsory that you must be a healthcare worker or stuff. Like even if you are studying, you can actually invite your mom. Then that's just the basic. Just have all the things they require of you. Then you go to this website. So I don't have the website in my head. So I will send you the link when you are like you put in your description. Yeah. So just go on to the website, then start the process.
For how long does it really take the from the time you apply for your mom till the time
Okay.
what like how long? Is it the same 3 weeks or so?
Yeah, initially the first one we applied for my mother-in-law took about 3 months, maybe 4 months. We applied in October, in
Wow.
August. That was when this Ukraine crisis, stuff like that. So, but when we applied for my mom, the first one that they denied, 3 weeks like this, they don't answer. I was like, this is fast though. So, but we applied again within 3 weeks, yes.
Yeah, so it's basically the 3 weeks
Yeah.
waiting
So
time that
yeah, they've reduced the time now of time of application as
now,
at when we applied.
yeah, and just to add again, there have been a recent increment to visitor visa in the cost of visitor visa. I've really heard about people talking about the invitation letter and how to come up with it. Please, could you shed light on how we can do an invitation letter?
Yes, I will. I can. So, the first thing you need to do, just like writing a formal letter, the right hand corner will contain your own address.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get? Then the left hand side to contain their address, which is British High Commission, plot 11137, Diplomatic Drive, Central Business District, Abuja, Nigeria. So then you will not go down to the right hand side and date it. If you are writing on the 20th of November 2023, as an example, you put the date there. Then followed by the heading, which is the letter of invitation for the person you are inviting. Your mother, you put your mother's name. Then the date of under the heading now put her date of birth and her passport number.
Okay.
Yeah. So this sample is just what we use to apply for my mom and my mother-in-law, and it actually works for us. So it's not like it's compulsory for people watching to use it, but it's just a template which we used and it worked out. So we went like Dorcas, I come with my name. So because it's both of us that are inviting, so I also put my husband's name there. And my husband gets Precious and his surname. Then would like to invite my mother. Then put my mother's name there. Let's just say Mrs. Jones. So that was the example I used when I was making the video. So would like to invite my mother, Mrs. Jones, sorry, to come for a visit to the United Kingdom to visit and spend time with the family. Full stop. She will be arriving in the UK on the dash. So the dates that you fill in when you were filling the form there,
Mm-hmm.
that will be coming in, that's the date you will put in there. Yeah. So I have so the next paragraph now. I have known the aforementioned name for years as she is my mother, and I have a loving mother-in-law to my husband. Yeah. So and we can attest that she will be in compliance with immigration and state rules during her time in the UK.
Wow.
Then Mrs. Jones, the nurses will relate to this name.
Interesting.
Then Mrs. Jones will be staying with us for the period of her visit, and we will be fully responsible for her feeding and upkeep during her time in the UK. So, full stop. Then the next paragraph now. I, Dorcas Ihomu, am employed as a midwife. Then you put the name of the hospital where you are employed as. So,
Yeah.
employed at. Then with my husband, put the name, also working in so stuff like that. So in our cases, we work in the same hospital. So we just put the name there. Then we have attached documents to support this letter of invitation and sponsorship. Please feel free to contact us if you require any additional information. Then the last part, okay, not last paragraph, the next paragraph, Mrs. Jones will be returning to Nigeria on the that date you put when you were filling the form. I also made a video on how to what to put in when you are filling the
Okay.
form.
You have to check the description. We attach links to the video, and also watch out for the ones you will have to upload on this matter.
Mrs. Jones will be returning to Nigeria on the date. Let's say, for example, 25th of January. And okay, let me give an example of the date that will fit in when she'll be entering the UK. That she'll be entering the UK on the 15th. So, if, for example, she'll be coming on the 15th of January. So now we're saying that she'll be going back on the 25th of January. That's like 10 days after. Are you getting that? Yes, don't worry. So Nigeria on the 25th of January, and in my and in any circumstances does not have any plan of or intention to stay back in the United Kingdom beyond the stated time or stated date. Enclosed are the copy of our BROP. Know those documents now that I
Yeah.
said you need. Yeah, our BROP rent agreement. Yeah, I forgot to mention this one. So our rent agreement, council tax, utility bills, employment details.
Wow.
That was when I mentioned about COS now,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
employment letter if possible.
Okay. Just for them
Yeah,
to know.
yeah, and bank statements.
That was really detailed, though.
So kindly assist her in processing and procurement of clearing entry clearance and clearance visa to the United Kingdom. Last paragraph, we can be contacted via your email, put your email there,
Okay.
or phone number, put the phone number there if need be. Yours faithfully, your signature, then your name. So it was now my name, I come with Dorcas and my husband's name under, like,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, because it's
So
both
it
of
has
us. Then
correct.
both of you will now sign.
Well, thank you so
So,
much. That was really detailed and clear. So thank you so much again, Nurse D. Thank you for giving us this lovely information. If you've gotten so much value from this video, please kindly like the video. I will
okay.
leave the link to Nurse D's channel in the description. Do well to check out other videos she has made and the ones that are still coming up about visit visa in the UK. And I bet you, if you have any other question, you can use the comment section. Nurse D will answer you. And bump her when you go to her YouTube channel. You can bump her. She likes replying comments always. Bump her always, and she's going to reply you. Video. Don't forget to subscribe and share to as many you know. Be generous. Share to them. And let's say a big thank you to Nozzy again. Thank you for coming. Thank you for all you do. We love you. Mwah.
Mwah. And also, don't forget that when the visa is being approved, it's advisable that you book a return ticket, because that's a signature to know that yes, she's coming to visit and she's going back. Unlike us that are here that have temporary visa, that we have a BROP that we can just book ticket without doing a return. So for visitors visa, that's like a, how will I say it now? I won't say it's a must, but because I know people who have been bounced back, not like they were bounced back, they were asked to book a return ticket. Did you
Yeah.
get? Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that. Thank you, loving viewers. Till we do our other videos, stay blessed. Bye.
Bye.